Good afternoon, fourth graders. This Sunday is Mother's Day. So I thought we'd take a little bit of time and talk about where Mother's Day got started, how it got started, and then I'm going to show you how to make a simple craft project that you can make at home to give to your mom on Sunday. Mother's Day was actually celebrated back in the ancient Greek and Roman times, even as far back as 250 years before Christ. In the 1600s, Mother's Day, known as Mothering Day, was celebrated in England, where it's still celebrated today, just a little sooner in the year than it is here in the United States. The idea of Mother's Day was first introduced here in the United States in 1872 by Julia Ward Howe, the woman who wrote the Battle Hymn of the Republic. But the real mother of American Mother's Day was a woman named Anna Jarvis. Anna Jarvis had a mother who believed that women weren't appreciated and they weren't recognized for all the hard work that they did. And she believed that there should be a day set aside for all mothers in the United States. Well, after her mother passed away, Anna Jarvis made it her mission to make Mother's Day a holiday. She wrote to politicians, she contacted people, and finally in May of 1914, her wish came true. On that day, in that month, Woodrow Wilson, who was the President of the United States, signed a resolution declaring the second Sunday of May to be Mother's Day. And that's the day that we let our moms know how much we love them and how much we appreciate them. So many people give gifts, or we make cards, or we do something special. Maybe we make breakfast for mom, or dinner, or we take her out somewhere. And so I just want to show you a little craft project that you can make with some simple things around your house to give to your mom this Sunday for Mother's Day. The materials that you need are pretty simple. First, you had a yellow piece of construction paper that was in your packet this past Wednesday when you picked it up from school. So you're going to need that yellow piece of paper. The paper I have here is orange. Doesn't matter what color it is. And if you didn't pick up a packet, you can just get any color piece of paper. That's fine. White will work. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You'll need a pen. You're going to need a jar that has a lid. Okay, and if you have any scrap at home, scrap fabric, you can use that. You don't have to use a piece of fabric. It's just something I'll show you that we can use to decorate the jar. If you have some string or yarn, that could be helpful too for decoration. But like I said, you can decorate it any way you wish. And it might be handy to have a little bit of tape and maybe even a rubber band. So to get started, what we're going to do is cut some strips of this paper, maybe about 1/2 inch thick. So you can get started by cutting 3 or 4 of these to begin with, but you have plenty of paper there. So I know that you could make lots and lots of strips. And what we're going to be doing with these strips is actually making coupons that your mom can pull out of the jar to have you do some little jobs for her. So what we need to start to think about, we need to brainstorm some things that you can do to help your mom out around the house. So for example, maybe you can vacuum the car. So what we're going to do is write your idea on a strip of paper, and it doesn't have to be long and fancy. It can just be pretty simple. So you vacuum the car. Maybe I can fold the laundry. Maybe you could take out the trash. What do you think? I think you could do that. Maybe your mom would love to have a foot rub. So you can write foot rub on your coupon. What do you think? Does your mom like to hear you sing? Maybe you could sing a song for her. Now, if you have a hard time coming up with some of these ideas, that's okay. On Thursday at 4 o'clock, 4-0 is having a Google Meet. And part of our Google Meet time is going to be spent making a list of jobs that they could do for their moms. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write all those ideas. I'll type them into an email, and I'm going to send them that list to all you fourth graders, so you have plenty of ideas of jobs that you could write down on these strips. So if you sort of come up dry and you can't think of any more ideas, just check your email for me, and it'll be called Mother's Day Ideas, and you can check it and write some more down. So I'm going to write sing a song. Okay, so what you're going to do is come up with as many of these as you can possibly think of. And like I said, you have plenty of paper, you can make plenty of strips. And then what you're going to do is fold these and put them into your coupon jar. Now, you could just fold it in half and drop it in, that would be okay. But it would be sort of fun if you would fold these in some creative ways. So I'm folding this sort of just back and forth and back and forth, making sort of an accordion or a fan fold out of it. See? And then what I can do is, that's sort of fun, huh? So I can drop that in. And maybe what I could do with this one is, oh, maybe I could even wrap it around my pen. Do you think that's a good idea? That should come out pretty interesting, huh? So let's try it and see what this would look like. There we go. And I could sort of crunch it a little bit on my pen, take it apart, and oh, that's pretty cool, huh? So I can drop that in there. And so then what you can do is just continue folding up your ideas. I'm sure you could come up with lots of creative ways to fold these coupons. And then you can just drop it right into the jar and fill up the jar, okay? Don't leave much white space in there, empty space. All right, fill up the jar, and it looks really cool with those fancy folds, doesn't it? That looks really neat. I have to tell you that my son Ryan made me a jar just like this with jobs in it when he was a fourth grader. And I kept that jar on the windowsill just above my kitchen sink. And every now and then I would pull out a job, and Ryan would wash windows or vacuum the floor, and lots of jobs to do. He never realized, though, that I didn't throw those coupons away. I just put them back in the jar, and Ryan was still doing those jobs even when he was in high school. So that was pretty fun, and I really appreciated that jar. He's all grown up now. Someday I'll give this idea to his kids, and maybe his wife will have that same treat that I had. Anyway, so you get your jar full of coupons, and then what you can do is decorate your jar. Now I happen to just have a mason jar here, so what I could do is, in this kind of jar, the cap comes apart from the ring, and so what you can do then is put the cap on and then put the fabric on, and I could do it that way. So you could do it that way, but you may not have that kind of lid. That's fine. So what you could do is you could put the lid on your jar, and maybe you want to use, I think I would use a little bit of tape to hold the fabric onto the top of the lid. And what you could do, if you don't have any string or yarn, you could just use a rubber band and pop that right on there. And that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? That looks pretty neat, just like that, okay? So that would work. That's a way you could hold it on there. Another thing you could do is take your string and wrap it around the lid. And you might need to get somebody to help you do this, maybe dad or another brother or sister, or you could grow another hand. That would be sort of fun. And you could there we go. Okay, tie it, and then maybe tie it in a bow or tie it in a knot, anything you wanted to do there. Now, of course, it doesn't work. I'll try it again. Like I said, you might want to get somebody to help you out. And maybe it would even help to put the rubber band on first. And then tie the string. There we go. That's better. So maybe the rubber band is a good idea, right? We keep trying new things until we get it to work. So there you go. So there's your jar with your decorated lid. And like I said, you can decorate it any way you want. But I just know that your mom would love to have some coupons and to have you do some little jobs for her, because moms are awful busy people and they have lots to do to take care of you and take care of the family and keep the house going. Also, in the back of your packet this week, on the back page, is a Mother's Day card. So if you take your packet and go all the way to the back of the packet, I believe it's on the last page, you can separate it really gently from the rest of the packet, and there's a card there that you can decorate and color and fill in the blanks to give to your mom. So I hope that you make Sunday a special day for your mom. Let her know how much you love her, how much you appreciate her. Whether or not you give her a gift, just make sure she knows that. Maybe you can write her a poem or sing her a song, but I bet she'd love just knowing that you love her. Missing you all. Hope you're all doing okay, and we'll talk to you again soon. Happy Mother's Day. Bye.